Welcome back to Mac Music Review. I'm your host, Mac, and today we are talking about my top 10 favorite Father John Misty songs. Father John Misty has been one of my favorite artists of all time for a long time now. In fact, if you go back into my albums ranked videos, one of my very first albums ranked was my Father John Misty ranked, not because Father John Misty is a super popular artist or has a ginormous fan base, but because he's personally one of my favorite artists. The man has so many amazing songs, and I even limit my honorable mentions, this one, to only 6. I tried to only do 5, but I included 6 because one of them is a little bit of a cheat. But anyway, we're going to do the honorable mentions, and then we're going to hop into the top 10. Let's get it going. Things it would have been helpful to know before the revolution. I think if you've heard this song, I don't really need to explain why this is in the honorable mentions. It's easily one of the most memorable and explosive Father John Misty songs from a music perspective, and it's a real shame that it couldn't make the top 10, honestly, because I love this song. 2S and 2R are these two singles that he released with his label. I don't remember what it was for exactly, but they're both just fairly straightforward ballads, love songs, whatever you call them. They're both equally great in my opinion, so I couldn't just pick one. 2S and 2R, they're both great songs. Fun Times in Babylon from Fear Fun is a banger. It's a banger. Mr. Tillman is another banger from God's Favorite Customer. Fantastic song. Just got a lot of positive energy. It's a kind of a cool reflection on Father John Misty, the persona, and then a little bit of a look at the person. And it's just kind of one of those meta songs. He's got a lot of meta music, and that's probably one of the better ones that he's done in that regard. And it's just a really fun song just in general. And then I Love You Honey Bear, it's a shame this couldn't make the top 10 because this is an incredible love song, really amazing music, really amazing lyrics, really amazing heart and humor kind of coming together, but sadly didn't make the top 10. Let's hop into the top 10. What's the deal? I included this one because this is the Father John Misty song that I think about on a regular basis probably more than any other song. And I specifically think about the line where he says, "Friends, oh my friends, oh I hope you're somewhere smiling. Just know that I think about you much more kindly than you and I have ever been." That line, I've quoted that line to people so many times, because I just love that lyric. And I think the song in general is a little bit straightforward. It's just not the most insane thing, and you might think, oh, it sounds a little bit pretentious with him just using these kind of bold statements. But then that lyric is very specific, and that specific line, I do think that the music and the lyrics in the song are very good, but that specific line is why this song is in my top 10, because I think about this song a lot, and in that way, and just the idea of this song being you having more compassion and love for people than you show them, and that they even know that you have for them, and that you have more compassion for someone than you know how to express, or you just are not good at expressing it or whatever. And it's just something that's really interesting to me, and it's just a song that it just sticks with me, man. I can break out to keep up with her. When you pair this man's voice with this piano, with this hook and these lyrics, you can't really get anything better than Just Dumb Enough to Try. Number 9 on this list feels pretty low because really this song is kind of forgettable. This was the last addition that I made to this top 10 because lyrically the song isn't like the most ambitious or memorable thing in the world, but I do think it is very heartfelt. It's very vulnerable. It's extremely well written. It's just not the most overtly punchy, memorable in that type of way like most of his songs are or try to be, with these really crazy imagery and stuff. But God's Favorite Customer is a different type of album, a little bit more stripped back, a little bit more human than his other releases, a little bit less of the humor, a little bit less of the persona. And I think this is one of his probably most emotionally potent and raw songs. And we're going to see some more of those later on in this list, but this is a great song. Once been told too many times they're beyond their years. This song is a love song, The Night Josh Tillman Came to Our Apartment is a love song where Father John Misty, or Josh Tillman, is describing a woman who is absolutely perfect for him in the most pretentious way possible. Like this is the heart of this song, the heart and soul of this song is a little bit hard to see. It is there, but it's a little bit hard to see because he is describing this girl, this woman who's very pretentious, and he is extremely pretentious, and that's why they're perfect for each other. And so the song is very cute, it's very fun, but more than anything else, the song is just a massive earworm. It's just so pleasant, musically speaking, that it's just something I come back to again and again. I just love it every time I hear it. It's not super easy to justify it being on this list because really the main reason I love it is just that the song sounds really pretty and it sounds really nice. But that's really what I have to say. The song just sounds really pretty. It sounds really nice.
How far we've come in the new age. Freedom to have what you want.
This is another one I'm surprised is not higher on this list. Total Entertainment Forever is a total blast of a song. Like, this is so... Like, and it's the easiest song. Like, it was probably one of the first, like, when I'm considering a top 10 Father John Misty songs, this one honestly might be the first one that pops in my head because it stands out so much from his discography because of the instrumentation, those trumpets, just the crazy high energy level of the song, and it just sounds incredible. Like, musically, the song is incredible, and then lyrically, it's talking about VR and where Father John Misty thinks VR is going to go through the lens of this pure comedy album, which is about the folly of mankind and the faults and the terrible parts of humanity. And so you can kind of guess where it's going. I'm not going to spoil what the where he's going with this, with VR and humanity, but it's a very funny song. It's an extremely relevant song, I think. He even references the Oculus by name, which I think is really funny. I think the Oculus by name, which is just like hilarious because that's like the first big VR. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but amazing song. Check it out.
The wheel is turning.
The Next 20th Century. Spoiler alert, this is my favorite song from Chloe in The Next 20th Century. The song where the veneer of this concept album where Father John Misty throws his old persona aside and says, now we're doing the 40s and the 50s fun, you know, kind of Frank Sinatra type of upbeat, jazzy, smooth love songs from a different era. And he talks about the importance of the love song and what value these love songs have to him, and you understand why he even did this album in the first place. Because the most baffling thing about the album is, like, why did you do this album that's such a giant stylistic shift from all of your other music? It's why some people didn't really vibe with this new album, but this song I think reveals what's going on with the album in a really profound and actually very haunting and chilling way by the end. Like, this song is fantastic. Like, this is fantastic. Do not sleep on The Next 20th Century. Amazing song. This is probably the safest choice on this entire video to go with Nancy from now on. But it's just a really nice song. It's kind of the same things with The Night Josh Tillman Came to Our Apartment. Even though I think lyrically this song has even less going on than that song. Just Nancy from now on is an earworm. You really do feel the influence that Fleet Foxes had. You know, Father John Misty was the drummer for Fleet Foxes for a time, and this song has that level of lushness, that level of beauty in the instrumentation. I think the lyrics are also very good, but I mean, just the music is why you come to this song. It's why you stick around. It's a song that I think anyone can absolutely love. There's a reason why it's one of his most popular songs. I really just think the appeal of this song just goes without saying, and that it's just a really nice, pleasant song and one of his best.
Concepts like your dowry and your daddy's farm.
I'm going to say something pretentious. I think I Went to the Store One Day is one of the best love songs ever written. I'm just going to say it, just in terms of how it's written. The music is nice. Musically, this song is not going to appeal to everyone. It's not going to be everybody's specific cup of tea. But I personally love the way this song sounds. I love the stripped back attitude. I love the vocal choices to do this kind of like a bit distorted, a bit more distant sounding, in juxtaposition to these really beautiful lyrics about marriage, about finding someone, about meeting someone, about fate, kind of, and like, there's a whole lot going on lyrically, and I don't really want to get into everything that's going on, but it is a really beautiful song. And it also is very clever and kind of funny, but there's a lot of heart to this one, and that's why I love it. We're switching gears a little bit with The Palace, a song that I will never be able to forget. The minute I heard this song, it had a profound psychological impact on me. And it's kind of like one of those moments of Father John Misty where the persona drips away and you're left with a man who doesn't know what's going on. And you have a man who's vulnerable and a guy who's hurting. And he's like, I'm in over my head. I don't think I need to say anything more than that.
Where did they find these goons they elected to rule?
I'm sure this is a lot of people's number one favorite Father John Misty song because, of course, it's absolutely brilliant. It's 6 minutes long. The music is bombastic. It's got that experimental weird part at the beginning. Lyrically, it is a total trip. Like, there's so much going on here. It is an extremely ambitious song where he tackles humanity and religion and Christianity and everything, and he tries to take it all down. And as a Christian myself, I would say that he doesn't succeed, but from his perspective, I see where he's getting at, and I see what he's saying, and I think he frankly does a fantastic job at everything he's trying to accomplish with this song. And just more than that, musically, it's just fantastic. When he just belts his heart out near the end. And that ending, I think, in a very dark way, is very profound. And it's just a brilliant song. That's right. I'm going with my base instincts here. I'm going with my gut reaction. Like, Pure Comedy might be the best song Father John Misty's ever made, but the one that I'm feeling right now is Strange Encounter. Absolutely his best hook. Fantastic hook. Amazing. Once again, he's belting out this hook. Amazing love song. Amazing story in the lyrics. Amazing. I love this song. It's great. Great song. I love Father John Misty. That's all that really matters. Awesome guy. Anyway, what are your favorites? What are your favorite Father John Misty songs? The man's made some great music. I'll be honest. He's made some really good songs. This was a really hard video to make. It was really hard to pick just 10. I'm missing... specifically, the hardest part of this for me is there's so many songs from Pure Comedy that are missing. Like, I absolutely love Pure Comedy. It's my favorite album of the 2010s. Like, it's my favorite album of the whole decade. Of the last decade. Like, I'm not even kidding. So, this whole list could have just been songs from that because I love that album so much. So, it was hard to limit myself and really I only included 2 songs from that album in this top 10, and then included one in the honorable mentions, but really all of those songs could be honorable mentions. Same for I Love You Honey Bear. It's really hard not to put like all of that album in that because that album is so amazing. Like, all of those are honorable mentions, like every song on I Love You Honey Bear, because they're all fantastic. But thanks for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day.